When you're falling, I'll be there above all.
Okay. So you guys, who all is in front of this door knocking on it?
Me, Axiom and Liberty are at the front door. Scrap is waiting outside.
I'm near the front door, but I'm not at it.
Yeah, down the stairs.
I will not be able to hold back any sort of, because I know that they can all hear me. So I'd be like, let me tell you about everything, how shit you are. So I don't want to be that guy.
And me and Firebrand are like circling the block a couple 100 feet up kind of thing.
Okay.
So, like Pulp Fiction, right in front of the hotel door, right before they're both knock on the door.
All right. So you knock on the door, and you hear from inside, "No solicitors. I don't do house calls."
Yeah, I think we're not here to sell you anything.
You're like, it's gonna be like a couple footsteps up towards the door. He's gonna kind of look in, like you like feel somebody lean in towards the other side, looking through the people at you. What do you want?
We spoke to your patron. I assume this thing has a name. Did he ever give us a name or identification? It's just a machine god.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
I described the little spiritual journey we took. The room with the spear and all that bit.
Number one has shared its experiences with us. And you're gonna hear like 3 locks kind of unlock on the door, and a guy's gonna pull open the door. I think oh no, wait, I don't have his face. Sorry. Give me a second. Let me just grab his face real quick. Let me. But yeah, he like as I'm getting his face, he like kind of lets you into his little opening room. Well, not opening room. Holy crap! Into
Vestibule.
his vestibule, his entrance hall. It's a fairly cozy little affair. He's got a couple of shoes very neatly arrayed up there. Say, please take off your shoes.
I do so.
Okay.
Okay. And he's going to kind of gesture towards the little stack he's got going. And he's going to like, I suppose you'd better tell me everything you know about this machine god you speak of.
All right. Well, I just, I recount the entire thing. We went to the storage facility shrine. We reached out. We talked to your divine patron. He let us know why you built the device. We're sorry that we stopped you from doing it. We now realize what the purpose of that was. And basically we have the same purpose, so we've come here to offer our assistance.
You are in league with the ones who interrupted the transmission.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
A mistake. Yeah, kind of like shakes his head a little bit. He's like, do you know what your friends have done to us?
Yeah, I got the general cliff notes of that, and we're really, really, really sorry. Like, absolutely. We thought we were doing the right thing. You guys were absolutely shady. You weren't selling yourself really well. Just on a PR note, like the whole secret cult thing just totally gave off the wrong vibe.
The insurance violations alone.
Yeah, it was just like a perfect storm of just bad optics, But now we've heard that you guys are actually trying to do a good thing, and we're here to say, let's work together. Your patron said he was on board with that, so you can, verify our story. And, quite simply, we know you need to make this transmitter to make contact with the aspect of your deity inside the what's it called, the Northern Glow. And yeah, we want to help you with that.
Well, I am dreadfully sorry that our bad vibes led to one of our brothers being crushed to death and 2 more being killed by an explosion. I hope you realize that such a thing is not an easy recovery, especially for someone so closely linked as our little group. It might not be so easy to convince everyone that you should help us, having killed several of our own.
Granted, I absolutely understand that. As a token of good faith, like I said, we'd be more than willing to make the resources of task and our expertise available to repair the transmitter device so that you guys can go along with your plan. So, that's pretty much where we're at.
I'll relay your information to the rest, but do not expect much sympathy or cooperation. He's going to kind of lean back in his chair, and his eyes are going to roll back up into his head, and his face is going to twitch once or twice. Takes about 2 seconds. Then his eyes are going to roll back forward again. And he's going to say, the information has been distributed, and I must say the reception is not warm. Although, number 1 has agreed to speak with you.
Well, that's good. We just want to plead our case. I think we're all really on the same page in terms of our intentions. We just need to coordinate our activities so that they're less abrasive. Look over at
Yes.
Liberty. Abrasive, right? That's a good word, abrasive.
Yes. Well, I'm not sure about what will occur in this conversation, but number 1 may or may not deem it wise to cooperate for the time being.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm like,
I mean, we
assume
all,
assume I have a business card at this point.
yeah, I mean, we're pro Earth and you're pro Earth. I think this is a common ground.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Anyway, if you give us any sort of contact information, we'll be able to set up a rendezvous.
All right, I assume I have a phone number to give him somewhere.
Yeah. You're able to give him some contact information.
I'm sorry, it's my second day. They haven't given me my stationery yet.
All right. So after information is exchanged, he's going to kind of herd you out the door, pretty abrasively. He's gonna kind of slam it behind you. Oh, he does give you at least the time to put your shoes back on, though. So
All right, I think that went a lot better than it had any hope of being. What do you think, Liberty?
I for a collective unconsciousness, they're awful rude.
We did kill a few of them. I think they have a right to be salty.
I don't know. If they had only come out in the first place and used legitimate means, once again, stealing materials, squatting on property, unlicensed nuclear devices in the middle of an inhabited area, they're not. Their collective is not very concerned with our collective.
Oh, and also just a bit of background information. The first interaction the party had with this group was crushing one to death against a wall. So,
God, that was fun. We made a wall. We were in these tunnels, and we heard people coming down the wall or in the hall, and I was like, I got it, Firebrand, just make us a wall, and we'll put it down like it was always there. And then he's like, okay, so he did it. And then they walk around the corner and tap on it, and it's like, what the fuck is this? And we just take the wall and slam them into the other wall with it. It was the best.
Little did you know that would come back to haunt you.
Listen, I still hate them.
Technically, I still have that corpse in my workshop.
yeah.
It's just hanging up, on a coat hanger. You just have it in a closet.
All
I've
right,
got-
we head back up to Arsenal and Firebrand, and we bring them up to speed. Well, it looks legit to us. I mean, they didn't attack us on sight, and they say they're willing to talk to us about fixing this machine. So far so good, I guess. They're
They're gonna
obviously not. They're obviously not too happy to talk to us.
I can
Well,
imagine.
Yeah.
There's a story about a wall and crushing people.
Scrap.
Oh.
That's you. He just
I
dies.
had
He's
no-
on the floor. He's laughing so hard right now.
I don't remember that. I had no part in it. Plausible deniability. I didn't see it happen.
You actually didn't. You put yourself behind another wall.
Yep.
Really, the only person who was there for it and is here right now is me.
Yeah, the other guy who was there were attempting
He's
to
in
launch into a
fucking
rocket
space.
into space.
Yeah.
All right, at this point, I guess we're waiting for the phone call.
Okay. So after a couple of hours, you get a phone call. Of course it's a blocked name and number, and it's going to come through on the information. So it's coming on Axiom's phone. So it's going to start ringing. You pick up.
I
What
pick up
ring
the
do you
phone.
pick up? What ring do you pick up? Very important negotiating tactic.
I wait 3 rings.
Oof.
3 rings is solid. 3 rings is solid. It's a power move.
All right. So it opens up into the side, and all you hear is instantly the person starts listing off an address, and then it's like such and such and such and such. Code is 3172. Northern Privnity. Only your leader, unarmed. Click.
Okay, who do we consider our leader?
Me, I'm guessing.
Excuse me,
It's
I
so
know the
clear.
codes, damn it.
Everyone just starts shouting.
Well, more sensibly, first of all, they want you to send someone who's unarmed. I'm not armed.
Well, technically, neither am I.
I'm definitely not
Technically, they
armed if
want
I'm not
someone
in
who
my
will
suit.
speak for everyone.
Well,
I
who
don't
do you
ever
want to
take
send
these
then?
off.
I guess it depends on what end we're sending them in for. Talking, repairing stuff?
Did they even say? Are you sure they don't want to indoctrinate you into their collective?
Sounds like right now they just
Listen,
want to talk.
I just got an address and come unarmed.
Sounds like right now they just want to talk. So
Well, which among you is the best talker?
Oh, I think I know the answer to that question.
Is it
Okay,
you?
Oh, pick me, coach.
Firebrand.
Pick me.
now hold on. They did
My,
say
my
unarmed,
presence.
and I'm pretty sure you can breathe fire at a moment's notice. Are you ever unarmed?
Tyrander, like, puts a hand to his chin for a moment while flying several miles up in the air surrounded by fire. I don't know anymore. I don't
I
think it's
can't hear him.
possible.
I don't have a calm thing, so I'm decided to see him go.
I mean, it technically goes off for a little bit, but
Well, I guess whoever's the best talker in the group gets to go.
I mean, I can talk, but they won't want to talk to me.
No, you're not going, Scrap.
Ugh. We're so underappreciated.
Well, your god here is apparently very charismatic, and I'm assuming they have developed people skills over several centuries.
Yeah.
that's
Wait.
right.
Hold on, wait. You're going to meet with the collective, right?
Yes.
That's what that's called. You send Firebrand. I don't care if I don't care if he's unarmed. I think you just burn everything down if it doesn't work out. That's the best option. It's the best
still
option.
direction
Do it.
I'm leaning.
I guess
Yeah.
ultimately,
Yeah.
what deal did you work out with them, and so what do we
I-
want when I go
I think
in?
this is I think this meeting is about the deal. This
Yeah,
is the meeting to make.
Basically, yeah,
Sorry,
you
go
can go,
ahead.
Arsenal.
You
Well,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, the deal is we're gonna fix the transmitter, and let's work together to see if we can get past the Northern Glow and defeat this virus monster thing. What is it exactly? Have we even established what this thing is?
Old. That's all we know.
Well, maybe they can inform us more about it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going for. Go there, find out if there's a way that we can work together. We'll fix the machine as a I'm sorry, my bad, gesture. And then if anything, we'll go there and take care of it.
All right, leverage, fix their stuff, go in, cooperate, get intel. Got it. I can handle this.
All right. Do you want some of us nearby-ish for backup if necessary?
I'll let you decide that. I shouldn't know of anything. That's gonna be my stance. Arsenal, you could figure that out.
Makes sense.
I'm
So I
going to
think-
assume that you will
I've
assume
definitely-
everything is perfectly fine and everybody is friends.
They asked us to send one person, right?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Then we should definitely honor that and only send one person.
Well,
Right, but
that's
I'm
why I said
definitely-
nearby.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the camp of chilling somewhere nearby and being able to respond if necessary.
Given the address, I pull up quick city maps. What kind of stuff is in that area? I mean, what's the layout of that area look like?
So the layout of that area is a lot of residential buildings, but also a couple of infrastructure ones, like a pump works for some water and an electrical power grid.
All right. So in other words, we could probably legitimately be within a couple of miles.
Oh yeah, like you could be at like a coffee shop probably within like a kilometer.
Well, those people who aren't in, high-tech powered armor suits, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that'd be amazing for PR. You're like, is Firebrand just... You're not Firebrand, excuse me, Arsenal just had a Starbucks? Oh, sorry, Neo Starbucks?
How does he even
Yeah,
drink
just
suit?
it's the three of us on the sidewalk having like a frappuccino.
Nice.
Arsenal just pours it on his helmet, it absorbs into it.
All right, so we make plans, not including Firebrand, on to be within a couple of miles of that area.
Okay.
I will be going in alone and wearing a t-shirt.
Okay.
The t-shirt will say #1 flame.
Okay.
I was about to say I am unarmed. That's what it says on the back. I am unarmed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll try to be reachable by phone in case you guys need me.
Well, you're welcome to come if you're
Yeah,
welcome
dude,
to come
have
stake
you
out the
tried-
area.
I have a
Have you
lot of
tried
volunteer work I'm supposed to be doing.
Have you tried the new triple chocolate mint frappuccino?
No thanks. The ingestion of high caloric beverages causes an accumulation of fat within the body.
Got him.
Scriber kind of looks over and goes, I guess I haven't eaten in like 3 months.
See, it all goes to him.
I mean, we're not exactly hungry.
Okay. So now that I have my cover story established and I said I'm not joining them, I'm following Firebrand.
Okay.
Now that I've
Perfect.
completely done everything, I'm going to lie.
Yeah. Well, I have 2 skills. One of them is stealth. Guess what the other one is? Go on, guess.
Lying?
Is it stealth
Starts with a
again?
D. Does it start with a D? Give me a clue.
It's
here, man.
stealth again. I have double stealth.
Expertise stealth.
Yeah. Besides that, if I don't tell anybody that way, my cover story of I didn't tell anyone I was coming here is completely valid. So
I think,
that way
honestly,
I keep all of them out.
even if I did see you going with Firebrand, like I still wouldn't mind. Like, oh, there he goes. Oh, he's falling. Okay, that's my.
Yeah, but you probably won't notice.
Okay.
It'll be, instead of 1 pigeon, it'll be 2 pigeons flying across the.
Meanwhile, we're
Well,
all
I'm thinking a fly on the wall makes a little more sense in this case.
Meanwhile, we're standing in front of like a coffee shop, going like, "Wait, Scrap, you volunteer?"
What?
No, he says, "I have some volunteer work I have to do."
No, that was Liberty was saying that.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'll leave, and then I will follow Firebrand to the place in disguise.
Of all things, of course, you see Firebrand turn into a pigeon and then take off and fly.
At about Mach 2.
Can you now? Do you actually have shrinking, or do you just turn into a very large pigeon?
He's a very
It
dense
is-
pigeon.
It is a very dense pigeon. It's just a transformation.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't actually have shrinking?
No.
So you're a giant pigeon then.
Yep.
Yes, I am Mega Pigeon. I hope nobody looks very closely, and it works most of the time.
It's fine. He just flies really high up and makes it seem like he's closer.
I
Okay.
could take other more majestic, larger birds, but realistically, that's more suspicious than
Which
Mega.
I also think is hilarious because I can just transform into a regular pigeon and not look suspicious.
And what's more fun is this huge giant pigeon is also flying at 120 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
all right.
faster.
Or that, excuse me.
I can't do 120 miles an hour, so unless you'll I'm not going to break the rules.
Right. I imagine I'm
flight.
probably going to fly sedately and get there like at the time period.
How do you fly at
designated.
120 miles an hour? You have flight 10?
I have like 8.
Wow.
Oh,
All right.
so you increased your flight. I increased my flight so I could keep up with you, and you increased your flight again.
No!
I haven't
Nice.
changed mine like at all. It's been the same the entire time. I
Okay, so
swear.
you're 7. Well, no, maybe you're right. Maybe you did.
All right. It doesn't matter. I
Yeah.
will
It
follow
is
them
flight
there.
negligible.
Yeah.
If I have to lag behind, I lag behind.
Flight fast.
Here it is. 600 miles per hour is the rate.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's
Shit,
definitely a
Jimmy.
lot higher than mine.
It's just rank 8.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
too
just
salty.
rank 8.
It's just fast as fuck, boy. Okay. So you're able to arrive at the area. It seems to be a decommissioned water pumping station.
Mhm.
And there's seemingly like one large access door, and that's about it. It's got one camera on the outside.
Okay. So, I land somewhere, transformed my normal self, stealth out of an alleyway with my I am unarmed #1 fire t-shirt. And I'm just looking around and I guess you said there was a door?
Yes, there's one like loading door.
Okay. It has the keypad, I believe.
It does.
Okay. Well, I know the key code. I can go ahead and press it in. Beep boop boop.
All right, so the door does slide open, and as it slides open, like the camera looks down at you. It's one of the ones with little motors on it.
I turn and I like wave at the camera with a smile. It's like hi. And step inside.
Okay. So as you step inside, there is one of these big boys waiting inside,
Very big.
and he's actually got a little tray in front of him with a couple muffins and a glass of water.
Ooh.
It's poisoned.
I will definitely enjoy these muffins. This is very nice. I'm so happy.
And like as I take it, it like inclines its head and lets out a deep beep. And
They're gluten free.
yes. And it's going to gesture towards a set of stairs leading downwards.
Okay. I will go with it down the stairs. I'm assuming it's escorting me.
Yes.
And I guess just to clarify, these things are like 12 feet tall or something?
Yes.
Cool.
Biggin.
I got a
And-
muffin, and I got a staircase. This is good.
And so, Liberty, you can arrive probably just in time to squeeze through the door before it closes.
Well, I'm assuming it's a regular house, right?
It is a water pumping station.
Oh, yeah. I can just pretend to be one of the numerous bugs that lives here and come inside. You've got water, you've got bugs.
True. All right. So, Liberty, as you work your way through the normal bug entrance routes, you can see that there are a large number of traps set up here. They're very fastidious about keeping insects out, of course.
I will
But-
decline.
Yes, you are able to maneuver quite easily.
Yeah, I need to find where they
Bug.
took I need to find where they took Firebrand.
Yeah. So, make a perception check.
Actually, I would. Isn't following someone in the clues investigation?
Well, the way I'm going to do this is you hear Firebrand, like because you're like in the pipes, like you're coming into contact with him fairly soon after he gets inside.
Yeah, Firebrand being talkative as always, looking at the like, did you make these muffins yourself?
Gotcha. Perception, most useful skill.
Yes.
I mean, you must be a really good cook, actually. I wouldn't have expected it. Really
There's like
surprised.
there's like a contented beep. And so yeah, you can hear that going on as they're walking down a like a flight of metal stairs fairly near to the vent where you're scurrying about. So it's going to lead you down to a doorway. It's going to bring one of its hands up. One of its fingers is going to flip open, and it's going to interface with a lock beside the door, opening it up R2-D2 style. And the door is going to slide open, and there's going to be the faceless robed robot that is sitting in a chair in the middle of a completely blank white room. There is another chair facing it.
I'll walk up, take a seat in the chair, put the muffin wrapper in my pockets. I assume there's not trash can in the blank white room.
No.
I didn't think so. Oh, I'm gonna have to clean my pockets later.
Okay. So it doesn't seem to acknowledge your approach, and you can see that there's a it actually has a long cable running out the back of its head that's leading up to the roof. Sorry, up to the ceiling. It's kind of dangling there. And you can see that there is another cable leading down to a helmet that is resting on the other chair.
I guess it wants us to interface directly. Does this look really familiar to the Order stuff?
It does look like it's based on similar technology, yeah.
Or
the
and I will
helmet.
kind of just try to say out loud to the robot, how much of this does it read? On my brain.
It's just gonna hold out one hand, and it's gonna like mechanically like wiggle it back and forth, and it's gonna shrug.
Well, you know what? I'm trusting you all. I'll go ahead and put the helmet on.
Okay, so we're gonna switch locations again. Let me get this going. So you instantly find yourself in a very interesting location. So you find yourself, it's kind of like a cave, but you can see that there's bluish light streaming in from many different holes all around. But the most interesting thing is, everything doesn't really look real anymore. Everything's extremely abstract. There's no malformed shapes anywhere. Everything is quite smooth and geometric.
Oh man, I have so many polygons here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you seem very out of place. And you can see that there's somebody sitting in the blue, completely straight grass up by the edge of this pool, gazing out across it. This does not actually look like the robed, blank-faced robot. This actually looks. Do you know the angel statues beside Hoover Dam?
No, not personally.
So it's like a very bold kind of Art Deco look, all like fairly geometric with straight lines, while not being particularly detailed. That's what this individual kind of looks like.
Okay, so a little bit generic, but very fancy.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a nice place. I imagine it's probably fairly quiet too and all that.
Yeah, like all you can hear is like the kind of whisper of water as it is actually dripping down from the, well, not really leaves, the blocks of the tree. And every once in a while, it's like a caricature of a fish will like burble around in the water.
Okay. On my way over, I'm gonna just like pick up a rock as I approach the lake and see if I can just skip it, for fun. As I approach the figure.
So you throw the rock, and the rock does skip, but there's like no splash. It's just like the concentric ripples that come out as it goes, and it slowly sinks into the water, almost like it's made of jello.
Very interesting.
And are you going to and as you arrive next to this individual, he's just going to kind of sigh, and he's just going to start talking at you. So here we go.
All right.
They go like, do you have a place like this, Firebrand? A place where you go to clear your mind, a place from your past. This is
Lord.
mine. This is a place from my childhood. I lived in Alpina once, as you do now. It's a peaceful glade from when it was a simpler time. He's gonna look up at you,
Mhm.
and you can see that his eyes are like the same shade as the rest of them, just kind of like this white metal. You go like, did you have a place like that when you were born?
Did I? When I was born? Well, it was only a small village, I suppose. There were a couple of trees. It was, actually had a pond about this size, I think, too. It would kind of dry up every now and then, but it would always come back.
Reliable. Must have been a peaceful existence, wasn't it?
Oh,
All right.
well, for a
Hmm.
childhood, I suppose so.
Yes. Would you relive your childhood if you're given the chance, Firebrand?
Hmm. There's a lot of people I do miss. But
Yes, I'm
I'm
sure
happy where I am today. There's
Yes.
still lots of people to meet.
It's a very brave statement. I'm sure you've lost a good many people. You have my sympathies.
Firebrand will just sort of nod a little quietly to that.
Now, business. And he's going
Oh,
to gesture behind you, and there is a path leading off into this geometric glade of blue trees. Walk with me.
Okie doke. So I'll go ahead and walk with him.
And as you walk, he's gonna start talking business. So my people tell me that you wish to change your ways.
Well, I suppose change our relationship.
You seek a common ground with the adherents, and I admire that. But what exactly prompted this change of tact?
Well, I suppose because we've learned a few things. Those weird, strange flesh things. I think we thought they were your doing for a while. Well, that was incredibly wrong.
Yes, the flesh corrupts everything it touches. We work in opposition to such things.
And then, of course, there's the strange things happening up in the northern waste.
Ah, you
Apparently, there's
embrace.
a little bit of a fight going on, am I right?
Indeed, there's a conflict. I'm surprised you are graced with such knowledge. Did it tell you about such it?
I'll go ahead and nod a little bit. That it did. It's,
Hmm.
well, more pleasant talk than I was anticipating. It's very, very nice.
Yes, the spirit of perfection does communicate in strange but not unpleasant ways. Hmm. I'm
Well,
surprised
thanks,
it's.
though.
I'm
Oh, God.
surprised it spoke with you so freely. It took me many years to become accustomed to such abstract communication.
Well, it's what I've had to deal with for my whole life. I suppose I should try to maybe focus and do a little bit harder. My friends have actually done better than me recently, and it's a little embarrassing, honestly.
To be surpassed by one's peers, it's truly a humbling experience, but you can be proud seeing them pass you. I know I have been.
Well, there's plenty of times I've had lots of friends, and I've always been happy when I get to see them really pull out everything they have. It's a fantastic feeling, really. I want to do it. Maybe I'll actually get around to it this century. Oh, but we were talking about something, weren't we? Right, working together. Oh dear, I dropped out, didn't I?
I think we lost Fui.
Oh no!
Yay.
Because I could hear you. I thought you were talking to Fui. I'm like, oh, I can't hear Fui.
Yep.
Oh no, that
Oh,
lightning
wow.
just happened too. That was good.
Oh no, hold on.
He died again.
I'm open. I am cursed, yet it is my curse to bear, so that others might not.
Motherfucker, you're literally making other people suffer. How is it your curse?
Everywhere I go, it follows. I must bear the pain of empathy.
Firebrand's very voice strikes fear in the hearts of all other omnipotent beings.
And apparently,
Deadpan, like straight over to Firebrand, just like burping in a corner on a couch or something.
also strikes fear in routers.
Firebrand is on a couch. He has like the bugles on his fingers. He's just like, I'm a witch.
I 100% guarantee that's happened.
Well, because it's everyone who's ever had a bugle has done that.
It is one of the requirements of the food.
It's like Pringles and eating the entire can in one go and then hating yourself for it.
Or like, I'm only gonna eat them one at a time, and the next thing you know, you're chowing down on a stack of 10 of them.
That's
Just
any.
one bite.
That's like anything. That's like popcorn. It's like I'll just eat like a single piece. Like no, you're gonna like stuff your whole hand into it and shove it into your mouth like a monster. It's just the way of the snack. So how many points would it cost to have snack eating style?
It'd probably be a feature.
Oh yeah.
Snack eating style?
I'm just goofing around with stuff.
That or
No,
a
like a
benefit.
fighting style, but for when you eat snacks.
There we go. I think we're getting some connection.
Doodaloo, 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 doo doo. Let's fill the dead air with noise. Yeah, this is going pretty good. I have a feeling they're totally going to try doing like an emotional pull of some kind.
I'm still not fucking trusting these guys at all. Like,
You don't know our pain.
I would have just snapped
Exactly.
the goddamn helmet in half. Like, here, put this on, and I go, no, and then just.
Yeah, you would just like stomp on the table and go, no, my world.
No, nobody understands us.
My life is pain. I'm so sad. My friends were killed.
I do like how Fwee's doing a good job of yanking us around on our preconceptions about the different groups.
Listen, I have been right 100% of the time so far. Everyone is an asshole, and you guys
I
are
mean,
trusting them for some reason.
To be fair, we didn't have any information before, and now we have some. And now we get to betray them later, I'm sure.
I'm going to just snap that sphere in half as soon as I
Listen,
can.
there's definitely going to be a curse, your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Well, it
Yes.
is a little disheartening that Earth is becoming the battleground of two collective consciousnesses.
Well, there's
And then
people here.
humanity's only remaining deity here, just like, I'm gonna go home and eat bugles.
Well, you talk to Toth and stuff, and Toth is just kind of like, no, I have my books, bye. Like, that's.
Wait, there
That's
were
what he
other
does.
deities? What happened to them?
I think the lore thing that's going on right now is that they're all in like a different realm and they can't quite like come
Oh, he's
back
back.
or anything. But I'm like half mortal, so I'm just like here naturally, and I don't go anywhere.
Okay,
Welcome back, Fwee.
so what was the last thing that was heard?
Last thing we were talking about was about peers surpassing us. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's a fantastic feeling. Really encourages me to get around to doing something the next century about this.
Yeah. So, after that, he's going to turn to you. Speaking of peers, I admire your willingness to cooperate, but I feel that the best thing you and your people could do right now is simply let us do our work.
Well, the real question is, what is your work right now? What is actually going on? Do you have, like, satellite telemetry? Like, Arsenal taught me that word. Really cool word. Do you like have pictures? Have you actually been up there? There's a really big barrier out there, and I'm not sure you guys actually crossed it yet.
The barrier is the work of the aspect. It is believed to both keep others out and to keep something in.
Right. What it's fighting against.
That is our assumption.
And that something is the same thing that is perhaps controlling all the flesh things.
Correct.
But yet it's doing that from a distance pretty well.
Well, things are not as rosy as they may seem from the outside. He's gonna like start wringing his hands. He's like, we've been doing the best to quell the spread of panic, but most of the outer settlements in the north have gone dark.
I was out there only a few weeks ago. I think the Order's actually attempted to try to take over one. Did they just abandon that immediately?
No. That was the south. That was between. That had the city between them and the glow. This is much closer.
Ah, I see.
We fear that the spread may be accelerating, and we don't have much time.
Do you know of the things that come out of it?
Come out of the glow are aberrations. They are affronts to everything we hold sacred, and they will consume all in front of them, as my guide told me it have done many times before.
I have only a vague recollection of it, but that feels right. Hmm. So what exactly is the plan? When you send these transmissions to your aspect, how does that help it?
This aspect, we do not have any direct connection to it. It is not a part of the spirit of perfection. And he's going to do a little hand symbol, kind of idly to himself.
Mhm.
But it works in concert, almost like a sibling or twin working with their shit. I can't think of it. Working
The sibling or
with
twin working in tandem.
working in tandem. Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
I got you.
I see. So of different minds, but same goal.
Yes.
And this simply keeps them up to date then?
It will keep us up to date as well. But there is another plan this sibling has told us it has been working on. Something that'll keep the city safe for a very long time.
I think I've heard of some sort of plan to unleash something.
Oh, no, nothing of that sort that I know of. Simply a safeguard.
What's the read I have on that one?
Make an insight check.
Roll an inside. It's a fun skill. It's 23.
Okay. So this guy does genuinely believe what he's telling you.
Okay. So it's some sort of backup plan of theirs?
Well, it is something to protect the people of the city.
Okay. I just kind of go. So you know the full nature of his plan.
Well, the full nature of the plan is not yet revealed to us. It is too detailed to be conveyed in what crude messages we've been able to glean. Such is the purpose of the transmitter.
Do you think this sort of place is part of its plan?
Which place? This? He's going to
Yeah.
gesture around at where they are. Well, this is borrowed technology, something from our Ordrist friends. It could be more advanced, I suppose, but it's not lacking in personality.
You're right. This is actually a very nice place. Very quaint. I enjoy what you've done with it in particular. Your memories.
Thank you.
But I don't think it intends for this sort of place to stick around.
I don't follow.
I think that what it's going to construct is something very flat, empty, and blank.
Are you referring to the spirit of perfection or its twin?
To the spirit that I spoke to.
The spirit has assured me that it wishes only to see order reign and all the negative evils that plague humanity expunged. Is that not a noble goal?
And plans to take everything else with it, really. I'll just, pull up a chair from nearly nowhere and just sort of sit down in it.
Yes. Well, surely some things must be sacrificed, of course. But such is the price for the greater good.
You started with the Orders, didn't you?
Most of my brothers and sisters did, yes.
I suppose that explains where everyone came from. I think the way the Orders think is what this perfectionist thinks. I think it's the direction that they're heading. The Orders still are human, though. They still care somewhat, don't they? You certainly do.
I think you misunderstand. We were cast from the Ordris for the singular nature of our goals. The Ordris wish to tame what already exists. We wish to create some place that has never been.
Well, looking around me, you've already succeeded at that.
Well, yes, but this is limited. This grove doesn't stretch very far beyond the confines of the system, and only one or two people may enter it at a time. We wish for a more advanced solution, but of course, more information is yet to be divulged from the intelligence beyond.
Well, perhaps we'll shift away from this for a little bit. What do you know about the other thing? The flesh thing, and how it works, and what it's doing. We're still a little bit in the dark about how it's going about what it does.
Our researchers have gleaned a thing or two in our studies of this phenomenon. Do you know of the Tunguska explosion of the...
Oh yeah, I remember reading about that in the newspaper.
He's gonna kind of blink for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. About 100 years ago, people still printed it out on paper.
Yes,
The
of course.
news zone on paper.
Of course. Yes, well, this event was chalked up to celestial phenomena, but our scholars and researchers believe that it was some sort of interdimensional event. And we believe whatever causes these creatures is leaked through that rift.
So it's coming from another place and just spreading itself out then.
It would appear so. Although we made efforts to contain it in the early parts of our existence, but it simply moved to another place. It has moved farther south.
And of course, now you're fighting its own aspect inside the field.
Indeed.
I don't suppose there's been any possible success trying to communicate with it.
It is a bestial, primal thing. There is no reasoning with it.
Certainly didn't seem that way. Or that it had higher intelligence, I mean. So at least for the safety of the city, we do have to find a way to stop it. But this aspect isn't necessarily making a whole lot of ground against it, is it?
It is a difficult road without any assistance from us in the city, which is why it is imperative, and he's going to lean forward, that we complete this array.
I can agree with that, and my team has agreed that they are willing to help repair it. But I do have another proposal as well.
Which is?
We could go punch it.
I admire your attitude, Firebrand, but you can't always punch your problems away.
I could always punch harder, but no, I mean, if the aspect is having trouble fighting it, if we can destroy its aspect and perhaps bring an end to this, then we should perhaps form up some sort of attack to take it down.
This may be a portion of our aspect's plan, but we don't. He's gonna kind of shake his head. He'll be like, I must confess, I don't exactly know what to do. We're waiting for a reply that we haven't gotten in a very long time.
I see. Well, if you do happen to send a message back, I think I'd like to proceed with that plan. And if you can get us inside the barrier, if we can have some chance of success of ending this at its very source, and then clean up afterwards, at least that's one less threat to the entire world. I could rest a little easier with that.
We'll do what we can. We'll try and relay the information to you as accurately as is possible.
Alright. I think you understand at least how to contact Task, and they could send a message to us and our team.
Indeed.
So I will reach out a hand and shake his.
All right, he's going to shake your hand. He's surprisingly warm for something made out of metal. And it's going to end. So that's the simulation's going to end. And you're going to wake up in the blank room.
Hey. Stretch. Virtual reality.
But similarly to that other dimension you visited, doesn't seem like a lot of time's passed. Like your chair is still cold. So it appears as if that all happened very quickly.
Very interesting.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and stand up.
All right, and the faceless robot's going to do likewise. Going to unplug the plug from the back of its head. It's going to stand up. He's going to say, "Until next time." And of course, this voice is much more processed and robotic.
We'll see you again.
All right, and then the big one is going to reopen the door and is going to gesture for you to come out.
Okay, I will follow out. I do not need to destroy robots today.
Okay. So you can travel back up to the surface in the street unmolested.
Yay. Imagine this time Liberty is like, wait a second, you just popped in and out for like 6 seconds.
Now I saw them hook you up to something.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hang around in the room that Firebrand was in.
All right.
And wait for everybody to leave.
Yep, Firebrand's leaving and giving you the opportunity then.
Right, but I imagine the people who operated the machine also leave, right?
Yes. So the faceless robot's gonna hang around for a little while. It looks like he's gonna fiddle with something, like the plug. Like there's a bit of crud on it. Let's get that off, and he's gonna look around one more time, and then he's going to also leave the room. That's gonna be completely empty.
Okay, are there surveillance devices in here or anything?
Doesn't look like it.
All right. I will change my shape into the giant robot,
Okay.
as I can also assume robot forms. And I'm going to examine the machine. I don't have a lot of technological skills, so I probably have no idea what it is.
Okay, you can make a tech check against what parts of the machine you can see.
Okay. Do. Yeah, that's a machine. That's a machine, all right.
That's a computer, all right.
Yeah, I didn't expect I would know what this was.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm just gonna look at it and go, yeah, that's a high tech machine, all right. Yeah, and seeing nothing else of interest in here. I mean, I'm guessing it had to be some sort of machine that gave him some sort of out of body experience, which seems to be going around. Then I guess I will just transform back into a spider and leave.
All right. So are you gonna try and meet back up with the rest of the group?
No. My cover story is that I'm supposed to be volunteering at local animal shelters. That's what I'm going to go do.
Okay.
And of
Sticking
course,
to your
I don't
cover
know that
story.
anyone's following me, technically. So I'm
Nope.
going back to task base to tell everyone, because they're obviously all there.
Wouldn't you go back to where everyone's waiting?
I thought we were having
Yeah.
coffee.
People having coffee.
But
I
Firebrand
thought we were
doesn't
just
know that.
stashed like a mile away, just like
Oh, did you actually not even? Does he not even know that you're there?
I don't even know that you guys are having coffee.
All
He
right.
didn't want to know. He didn't want to know.
There he goes.
so we're hanging out there for like an
away.
hour or two. Be like, I
Yeah.
hope he's alive.
No, remember I got a tracker on his tablet.
Wait,
Oh, that's
wouldn't
right.
he call us? Wait, wouldn't he call us after the meet?
Yeah, I could probably send out a text message like, things went okay, heading to base.
You could reply back, I know.
What?
So we still got that tracker on his tablet.
I know.
I think after like the last 2 deaths, this is probably a brand new tablet at this point.
He
Yeah,
no,
but
I think
the
what it is
thing,
that
but the thing is,
Arsenal supplies the tablets.
you pulled the download from your backup, which would have had the tracker on it.
Well, his tablet would have been operating while he was in the place.
Right. Well, like come back out, turn it on, do all that. So
Yep.
so heading back to base. Gonna talk to everyone.
All right. We head back to base.
Okay. So we're able to all meet up at base. It is now like fairly late in the afternoon, but not yet night.
Okay. And once we have everyone gathered together, I will share what happened, and the information and the agreement. Like, yes, we will help them repair, and yes, they know how to send us a message. And yeah, it was really weird. It was like this blue VR kind of place. I've tried a couple VR headsets in the past, but this one's like a brain thingy or something, isn't it? I think it's the same stuff as the orders.
Hmm.
Well, they said as much.
Well, according to the orders, these guys are an offshoot of them, or something like that. So, do they want us to help them repair stuff?
That's the idea. I told them that you would help them repair the array. That array would send information to their aspect, which they hope will send back some sort of order or command or details or something because they haven't talked to it in a long while.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I did tell them that if they could help us get in through the barrier, we could go beat up the thing that it's
Yeah.
fighting.
For me to help them repair it, I gotta know where it is and get access to it.
Well, I guess that's why they'll send you a message at some point.
All right. Be
Oh.
waiting on that then.
But they're still very much more human than the spirit we talked to. I say, like, looking over at, like, Axiom and Scrap. They're still very much like the Ordress. But they are following its plan.
Scrap just like he just shakes his head and goes, we hoped there'd be someone amongst them who would, be a little, what's the word, hesitant.